when I be away from the I'm going back up there today, trust me. It's just the sun. I'm just trying to take care of myself because I know different one be telling me I take care of this heat. Too much. Well, I mean, I can make it in it, but I'm gonna go ahead on and just be just take care of myself because you do have to take care of yourself because I have to make sure I'm staying in good health so I can take care of my own mom. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to stay in good health. So because if I'm not taking good proper care of myself, I got to keep myself healthy so I can keep her right because besides me, we don't have nobody. She don't have nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the only one. It's like you ain't got nobody to hold you down when you down and you can't do nothing. You ain't got nobody. You know, you can't say that you got many people that will hold you down. If you're especially if you're a real one trying to live right, you know, let's just keep it real, bro. We don't have no real ones that hold us down. They gonna hold you down, all right. They gonna sit. They gonna hold you down right to that. It's get you right to that damn nursing home. Let that. But see me, I'm a different kind of individual. Me, I'm a different type of individual. As some people say, I'm a different type of Negro. Me, I'm not one of them type of uh, so-called black people, colored people, a person of color that's just gonna take and just stick my mama, my mother, especially my mother, my family in a nursing home. No. See, our forefathers didn't get down like that. I know my forefathers didn't get down like that. They didn't get down like that. I remember my uncle took my daddy in his house when my dad was sick. And he took care of him and he ain't put him in no damn nursing home. And he stayed in my dad's house. You know? If he'd have put him in a damn nursing home in a facility, he wouldn't have lasted long. So I can't take credit for this. I have to give credit to my fathers, man, to my uncles and my father. Your uncles and stuff. Those are the fathers. You know what I'm saying? Of the family. So you give credit to the men that carried the seed. You know what I'm saying? I give credit to the men. I mean, I'm a stock. I'm the stock of that the seed of those men, those Creole men, French Creole men or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm one of those, man. Look, I don't believe I'm a minority. I guess people think, when I be telling people that shit, bro. Do you know they be like, it's like they be trying to force and make me say, well, look, you going to put it's too much on you. Look, when did I say that, motherfucker? I ain't say no shit like that. I did not say no shit like that. So it's almost like they be trying to put words in your mouth or they hate to see a so-called man of color, a black man, a so-called Creole, whatever you want to Haitian, you want to call it. They hate to see you even have that passion and that desire. I noticed this so-called white man was trying to overtalk me yesterday, goddamn day. Yeah, in the hospital. All that shit. He came. I felt like he was just trying to come in there and get up under my skin and make and say, well, I'm the white. I gotta have the privileges. If he decide he want to go off and all this shit, then I'm gonna make him lose that privileges because my ancestors or my forefathers gonna lock him up she ain't gonna have another choice but to go in the nursing home and all that kind of stuff. See, they be working. They be trying. If my mama was able to talk, she would tell me. I know she would tell me because I know her. She would say, "Son, just be careful. Look, you don't go in there. Don't go in there doing." She would tell me that because if something like that happened, then Mama can't do. I can't do nothing with it. Them people come up in there and say she'll say. I already know what she'll say. I hate to even say it, but I know she will because right now, when she look at me right now. If I got the same shirt on and stuff, 'cause my mom is a very neat person, clean person, and everything. My hair ain't right and stuff. She'll sit there and she'll stare at me. She'll stare. I'm like, oh, I know that's. I remember that. Those memories are still there. She telling me change that shit. You looking like a wild. She didn't care how you felt. You look like a wild crazy man or whatever. She'll say that. But at the same time, I was so happy though, bro, because that was a good ass feeling to know that your mother, she's still holding up and stuff. And I'm believing God. God gonna still take care of her, even while I'm not there right now. I'm waiting on. I'm gonna get there. You know. My cousin, he be looking out for. I mean, he called up and he called up last night and asked me about it and everything. I think he said he was gonna come up there and see her today. You know what I'm saying, and everything. So he looks up to her too. You know what I'm saying. So hey, he don't want nobody messing over his people neither. You know what I'm saying. We may have our disagreements and shit at the end of the day, but when it comes down to family, you better not fuck with family. I'm telling you. We can disagree all goddamn day because it's just natural in our culture. You know what I'm saying? We may not probably it'll seem like we can't stand each other, but we love each other now. But you better not mess with our families no kind of way. You know that's why I be so-called white people have to realize, man, that everybody and every person, black and Hispanic person, ain't gonna take that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got some of us out there is humble. Maybe that's why God had to humble me down, because I used to be worse than my brothers, when it came to taking and stealing and stuff and just rebellious and stuff like that. And I was worse than them, both put together. And the Most High God, my mother used to pray for me all the time. And I think that's really what's holding me and kept me from being in the prison system and the jail system and stuff. I really do believe, because my mom used to tell me, son, I used to lay hands on you and pray for you at night when you didn't even know I was praying. Sometime I knew it and sometime I didn't. I'm telling you, man, because if it wasn't for that, I would be gone down. I really would. I really do believe it. Them white folks will be forced to use their, what they call, weapons. But thank God I had a praying mother. Thank God we had a praying mother. My mother didn't just raise me. She raised five children, bro. My mother raised 5 children. She raised me, and she raised all. It ain't just me. I'm not the only one. Yeah, she really do. But they all, we all live our lives different. But I just stayed. I stayed home. I've been home with my mother ever since birth, since she raised me, and I just didn't go nowhere. I just said, well, I'm gonna stay home. I ain't going nowhere because it ain't never trouble out there. And that's when I changed at 13 years old. I was rebellious, stealing, wouldn't listen, and all that type of stuff. Getting in government stuff like that, just doing simple stuff like that, throwing rocks at people's cars and stuff like that. I did shit like that. But at 13 years old, I changed. I told my mom I'd never go back to none of this shit no more. She said, well, don't tell me, just show me. And I believe my mother's prayers kept me to this day, bro. I'm telling y'all the living truth, man. My father, we didn't really get to know him like that, but he was in the church too. He was in the, what they call the Catholic faith. You know what I'm saying? He was under that slave master religion, which he didn't even know, probably. I don't know. But if he was living today, I would have a talk with him about it and let him know that shit is of the devil. My mother told me, she said, boy, if you told your daddy that, y'all be in a big argument or whatever. I say, shoot, I don't care, man. I'm about the truth. But, at the end of the day, man, my mother, I believe my mother, them prayers, like I told my brother, man, when he was in jail and the system and stuff, going in the system for the problem that he had, the addiction problem that he had, with drugs and stuff like that. I said, man, we'll go and see him. And I would say, man, I'm praying for you. He said, you know what, bro? He would tell me, Peter, you know what? I really feel them. I felt them prayers too. You know what, man? That's how we make it off somebody else's prayer. That's literally how we make it. And I said, yeah. I said, that makes sense. Because I told him I was, and I got to the point, I just got tired of going, because I said, when they get used to being in them system like that, you they get used to it, they get immune to it, they get used to it. You let them out or bail them out or something, they just want to go back or whatever, you know. But I don't know how he doing right now, but you know, I'm pretty sure he's doing pretty good and everything. But man, I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't intend to make a video this goddamn long, but hey, it is what it is. But man, my mother prayed. She prayed that, you know, that's how we make it, man, literally off somebody else's prayer. Now, I believe, and I still think about it to this day, and I'm 52 years old. I said, I think that that's what kept me all these years. It's them prayers. Them prayers my mother prayed for me.